Hi, Kevin Wright back again with another property finance video. Now this week, I'm going to be talking about support. Now, if you're thinking property is a bit of a lonely journey and you could do with some support, then keep watching. Now, something I hear a lot of property investors say to me is that property can be a bit of a lonely road to travel. You're beavering away, doing your own thing, and it's easy to feel that you're in a sort of cocoon or a bubble and you're cut off from other people. So a support network is a really useful thing to have. And this can come in a variety of different forms and formats. Now, of course, there's Facebook groups. I'm in over 100 Facebook groups that are something to do with property, whether it's an HMO group or a serviced accommodation group or a development group. You know, there are a whole host of groups with specific interests, and finding a group or groups that has got a similar interest to you, joining it, and even if you just lurk in there, you know, be a bit of a lurker and watch what's going on, even if you don't contribute, at least initially. This is going to be a great way of getting some support. And hey, I've got a Facebook group. It's called Recycle Your Cash for Property Investors. So I invite ambitious property investors to come and join it. Now, you'll be joining well over 1,000 property investors, if you're not in there already, of course, and you might be, and if you are, thank you. Now, if you feel you're an ambitious property investor, you're not in my Recycle Your Cash group, and you feel you can squeeze one more Facebook group in that's around property, listen, look for the link on here. It's pretty simple. Answer 3 simple questions and make your application to join. I review these regularly and you're not going to have to wait long to be accepted. And when you're in, hey, lurk as much as you like, but if you've got a question, ping it in the group and I or someone else in the group will be happy to answer it for you. Talking about questions, another big way I support investors, maybe you've seen this already, maybe you haven't, is I do a weekly Q&A on property finance. So every Monday morning, I go out on multiple channels. I go out here on YouTube. I also go out on LinkedIn. I go out on a couple of Facebook groups, including the one I've just told you about, Recycle Your Cash. And I go out on a couple of my Facebook pages as well. My Recycle Your Cash Facebook page and my Kevin Wright Property Finance Expert page. Now, I do this 8:30. It's probably for about 30, 40 minutes, sometimes a bit longer. But I just jump on there, people ask a few questions, I'll do then the service of hanging around until I've answered every one. And while you're on YouTube, you can go to the playlists on my channel and you'll find Property Finance Q&As as one of the playlists. Hey, have you subscribed yet? Click that subscribe button down there and that dingy belly thing so you don't miss any of my videos when they're released, which is every week. Great, thanks. I almost forgot, Instagram. Click that button too. Look, it's down there. Thanks. So you can go through and have a look at some of the previous week's Q&A. Now I fully understand that you might not be free and able to join me at 8:30 on a Monday morning. Good news there is you can watch the replay either on YouTube or in any of the other places that I mentioned, particularly in my Facebook group, Recycle Your Cash. So that's a great bit of free support that I'm happy to offer. Now, of course, you've got these videos and there's some 200 plus of them now. They're all free. That's support. And I get a lot of people commenting, saying to me how useful they find these videos. Not only the content, but the length too. They're normally somewhere around 10 minutes long. Some a little bit shorter, some a little bit longer, but you're not going to find, you know, massively long 1-hour videos. And the feedback I get is it's easy to tune in for 5-10 minutes and pick up some useful knowledge. Now, of course, the Q&A videos that I mentioned earlier, they're a bit longer, of course, because I'll sit on there as long as people are asking me questions. What other support resources have you got? Well, there's property networking meetings. Now, I think these are a very useful resource. They're not free, but they're low cost. Most of them charge £20. And for £20, you can get to go to an evening meeting. They're typically held Monday to Thursday. To make it simple to remember, it's usually the same day and week of the month every month. So for example, the third Tuesday of the month. You'll get to meet a bunch of other reasonably local investors to yourself. They'll be at different stages of their property career, and they'll also probably be doing different strategies to you. It doesn't really matter. But the good thing here is they're generally pretty positive people about what they're doing or trying to do in property. Now, I've been attending meetings like that for probably the last 15 years or more. And the thing I always say to them is there's an energy in the room, and it's a positive energy. So if you're feeling property is a bit lonely, get yourself along to one of these meetings. Even if you only do one a month, 2 or 3 hours a month is easy for pretty much most people to do. And the good news is you're almost certainly within 60 minutes traveling time of one of these meetings. Now, before COVID, there were approximately 200 meetings every month going on in the UK. It's a low-cost way. Now, most of these meetings have a speaker of some sort, so you'll get some education for your £20 as well. So we looked at some free and low-cost ways of getting some support to make property a less lonely journey. What other options are there? Let's look at those. Now, following the low-cost thing, I've got a thing called Fiverr Tribe. What support do you get with Fiverr Tribe? Well, you get some exclusive videos that I don't put out anywhere else. That's one thing. You can get a discounted ticket to any of the events that I run. Probably the most valuable feature of Fiverr Tribe is that, you remember those Q&As I was talking about, the weekly Q&As, the ones that go out on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn? Well, they're all stored in there with a word search facility. So as a member of Fiverr Tribe, if you want to check out on, let's say, HMOs, and you've got the facility to type in HMO, and then automatically every time that I've mentioned the word HMO historically in these weekly Q&As, will come up listed at the point in the video, at exactly the point in the video where I mention HMOs, so you can get straight into the content. Now, people tell me that that's the most valuable part of Fiverr Tribe. And guess what it costs? £5 a month. That's about the cost of a decent cup of coffee, I think, isn't it? So look around here and you'll find the link to join Fiverr Tribe. Now, moving on to different types of support. Well, I've got another Facebook group. It's called Ninja Investors. You don't have to make an investment to join this group, but there is an investment to be qualified to join that group. And that is, you've got to have done my advanced level training called the Ninja Investor Program, which is 17 hours of digital content and a 4-day event. It also includes other elements like deal reactive one-to-one mentoring with me. Now, throughout the year, I do a selection of low-cost events. These are my Buy, Refurb, Refinance Summit. These are one-day events for £47. I run these in different locations throughout the UK. You'll find the link somewhere on this page. Once a year, I do an extended 2-day version of that. It's called the BRR Launchpad, Buy, Refurb, Refinance Launchpad. I run that in March, and that's in London. What other support is there? Well, we talked about networking events that happen on a monthly. Well, I run 2 networking events a year. This is my summer barbecue and my winter feast event. Don't have to be too intelligent to work out what time of year either of those are. So on a Saturday in June, I'll run my summer barbecue event, and on a Saturday in November, I'll run my winter feast. So this is where all members of my community are free to come and spend a day networking. And the thing they like most about this is it is a pitch-free zone. It's a genuine networking event where you can come and network with other people, and everyone there will be connected with me in one way or another, whether they've trained with me at various levels, been mentored by me, or whether they're just on my database, or whether they're just members of the Recycle Your Cash community, or maybe they saw an advert for the event. These networking events are typically £50 for the day, and that's just really to cover the cost of the room and the food. We'll get 2 speakers on the day that are going to give good quality content. There'll be an external speaker in the afternoon, and one of my mentees who'll be showcasing one of the projects that they've undertaken. Now, depending when you're watching this video, it'll be either the summer barbecue or the winter feast that's coming up next. And you can find the link for that on this page too. So in terms of support, the last area I want to cover in this video is mentoring. Now, I have 2 mentoring groups, Ninja Aspirers and Ninja Achievers. Now, because I mentor myself in a small group basis, if you do mentoring with me, it is actually with me. It's not with other people that mentor on my behalf under my banner. Now, understandably, that's pretty limited because I can only spread myself so far, and I'm certainly not going to agreed to mentor more people than I can adequately manage. And you'll also find links to Ninja Aspirers and Ninja Achievers on this page too. So there we are. We'll be looking at support this week, and a bit of a smorgasbord of support, from the free to access, the low cost, to maybe the bigger investments that some people would feel they're ready for at any given point in their property career. So whether that's with me or some of the other support structures that I've highlighted in this video, there's going to be some sort of support out there that's going to be right for you where you are right now. And if I can help with that, you'll find my contact details on the page. So that's me done for this week. I'm going to be back with another video next week, and we'll be looking at some other aspect of property finance. I'll catch you then.
If you enjoyed watching this video, did you know every Monday morning at 8:30 I do a live Facebook Q&A. So if you want to start the week with checking out some answers to your property finance questions, click the link here.